All right, guys, today was a green day again, and barely a green day because it was a roller coaster of a day. Started out today trading two different stocks and taking a total of 7 trades total. And I want to kind of break this day down because there's some things I want to talk about, especially when it comes to the time of day that you should be really trading stocks. And you know, if you know anything about what I'm doing here, right now my trading plan says that I should trade between the times of 7 a.m. all the way until 11 a.m. And then you should just quit trading and not look at your computer. And today, well, it just wasn't that kind of day though. I want to break it down for you a little bit more about what happened, but I took some trades today at the very end of the trading hours on Power Hour, close to 4 o'clock, and I ended up going from a red day today, which I was down almost 40 some dollars today, thinking, I just kind of really screwed things up. And I went back and I started looking at what I was trading, and I was like, that stock made some really big moves today, and I want to talk about it. But the one in particular I want to talk about is this move right here. So I was looking at the end of the day today, I was kind of looking at the stocks, and I'd seen it as making some moves up closer towards the end of the trading day, getting close to 4 o'clock. And I was like, well, let's look at this. This stock, if it could get above this point here, and makes a big push, we might be able to get in and make a good move here. So that is exactly what I did. Now, I had made a few other moves. I'm going to show you the stock that I made a big mistake on, but it wasn't this stock. The stock I was trading was MGOL, and it definitely fits inside of my parameters as a stock I would normally trade. And, the float was low, less than just over 600,000, which was great. The average volume was 3.5 million. It was trading almost 60 million, and the stock is up over 60% today. 60 as of right now. As of the trading day, it was up 65.41. Right now in aftermarket, it's actually down about 2.6%. But overall, I felt like this stock just had a lot of potential to give, and I felt like, if it presents the opportunity. Now, one thing I didn't want to do is trade my P&L today. I didn't want to trade my P&L. I didn't want to fall into that trap and just trade just to have a green day. But I knew if it's going to present me an opportunity, I want to take it. I want to be able to take it even though I'm trading outside my hours. I want to do that, and I did, and I made this trade. I got in on this particular trade right down to here about 592 and wrote it up a lot of the way. What was it total? Let's see, got in at 6. Let's see, bought in at 596 on the first one, did 4 cents, came back, got in at 617, wrote it up to 632. So, I got in way up in here, 632. It kind of came back, and 632, I was like, well, I don't think this has the momentum anymore. We're starting to get a little further. I don't want to risk what I'm already got into it, and it was the right move. I got out, and it started to dip back. So I took that trade and got myself out to $8.10. Now, that's not a huge winner by any means, but it proved to myself that I can take trades throughout the day, and I can make myself have some better opportunities when the opportunities are there, and get out of that red day if possible. Now, one mistake a lot of beginners traders will make, and this is one that you knew that could be a trap, is that a lot of people do is like, oh man, I lost 40 bucks. So if I take double the amount of shares the next time, I can make it up and I can get back on top. And that's a big mistake to make. So you don't want to do that. I actually went back. I traded my first trade today, 300 shares, lost 20 or 30 bucks on that trade, and then turned around and decided, now that I'm going to make these trades later in the day, I'm just going to dial it back a little bit. I'm going to go to 100 shares, not try to risk it, take a starter, and see what happens. And I ended up recouping the losses and just did not expect that, which made it a positive day. Now, to be honest, the trades were probably 50-50 today, so my success rate was right around 50% just for the day. So not bad, but and I had some just squeezing up on these couple trades. Now there was also a nice squeeze here in aftermarket hours. I decided not to trade that because I just didn't want to take the risk. I just knew that there was still some good potential here, but I just didn't want to risk it. So I just kind of shut it down at that point. So overall, that was my big trade for the day. Now, what's really good, I wish I would have got in some of these trades right here. This happened right around 1, right about 10 till 1 today. Moved up. Overall, would have been some good trades in there. But originally, right at the open, this is where I wished I would have got in at this morning. It wasn't a big move or anything like that. I think it was 528 all the way up to 623. So, there was almost $1 move in there. So, that was the trade I wish I would have taken this morning. One of those trades I wished I would have taken this morning. The other one was right at 7 o'clock, I believe. I think that would have been right in here. This did grind higher as a trade. Don't know if I would have stayed in it as long, but it would have been an okay trade. This morning's trade at 7 wasn't the best, especially on the trade KITT, which I'll get to that one here in just a minute. But overall, this stock would have been okay as well. The problem with it was these topping tails. It would have been hard to grind higher, but you could have done it. And I certainly would have at least taken a starter trade on this and tried it. So that was the stock today to really be on, MGOL. It definitely had some spots in there, especially right here at around 8:30 this morning, where it really bumped higher, and then after that kind of went sideways and ground higher. That was good move. And then right at the open, it had a decent move. Not the best, but a decent trade. And then it had some opportunities throughout the day, and then it got these moves right here at 12:30, and then another one at about 10 till 1, and then it did this right here later on in the day at about 5 till no, this would have been about 5 till 2 right in there. No, 1400 hours, so that would be 2 o'clock roughly in that time frame. So let's see here, and then these trades were the ones I made in here on here and here. So I took several trades on it, and overall it was okay. I got back to green. The opportunities. Now, what I will say about this, I would not have taken these trades if I was not in the position that this stock was riding. It was above VWAP. It was riding the 9 moving average, the 9 EMA. The MACD was open, and I knew it had opportunity when I was seeing those things. So I seen some momentum in the market yet. So people were definitely hanging around today to take some of those last minute trades today. So I stuck with it. I stayed with this stock, and it ended up, and I think it's still kind of trying to grind higher as of right now. But I'm not going to take those trades because I don't want to fall in a trap and lose what I built, for today. I just want to kind of get out of it. It was several trades and stuff like that. Now, one thing I do want to mention about this is that I would have not made 7 trades today. I couldn't have made 7 trades today with my cash account, because in a cash account, once you have used that money, you've got to let it set for a day till the trade settles. So I couldn't have done that. So, but at the same time, I also realize that I need to press the buy button. I need to learn these things, and I won't learn those unless I press the buy button. So it takes that. Now, I want to talk about one other thing, but I want to jump to the other stock. I want to talk about the whole time thing yet, choosing the times that you trade. I want to talk a little bit about that, but I want to talk about the other stock I traded today, and that was KITT. And that was right at 7 o'clock this morning. And this is where I lost a little bit of money, that I made that little bit of a mistake, I would say, trading this morning. So that was right in about this area. So let's see, this was 656 and 7. So this stock, I was thinking, was really going to make a move at 7. It was kind of the leading gainer as far as which meets my requirements. I think it had some news on it, if I remember. There might have been some news on it. I don't know what it is right now, but there definitely was. And then at 6 or at 7, it tried to push up. I thought it was going to curl up, and then it just flushed. So I stopped out with a $20 or $30 loss. And then I took a trade on. I said, nope, this stock really isn't for me. I don't think this is going to really do much here today, just based on what it was doing. It had these big, ugly volume bars, and it was starting to trade below VWAP. So that was obviously a sign for me that it was not good. And the MACD was crossed, so it just really wasn't a good opportunity at that point. So I decided not to focus on it. I went over to MGOL at that point and took some trades there. So now that this begs the question, what time is the right time to trade during the day? And to be honest, I don't think there's a right or a wrong time. There's not. You've got to trade what you got. Now, if you're somebody who, you got a full-time job and you got to be at work early in the morning, so you can't even do pre-market trading, but you could do some after-market hours trading, and that's the only time you have available, you got to make that do. That's just what you got to make work, and maybe you can't get in, or maybe you have a way to set trades, you can preset some trades or something like that, and maybe they can execute. I don't like not being by my trading station when that's going on, so I wouldn't do it that way. But here's what I will say. I am willing to trade those things, even though my trading plan says no. I'm thinking about changing my trading plan, because here's what I've kind of realized today. It was the fact that the opportunity was definitely there. And if the setup was there, why not take the trade? Why not try to take the trade? I mean, my mentor, the person I follow, he has a specific times, but I've seen him break it. Now, do I want to break it? Maybe not, maybe. But I feel like if the opportunity was there, I want to take it. I want to try to take that trade, because I feel like there is an opportunity available to me that I could take the trade and I could possibly see some good results like I did today. So there's definitely the opportunity to make a good trade. And I think if you do that, you could see improved things. At the same time, maybe I could have dug myself a bigger hole, but I also realized I'm not going to take big share size on this, because I don't want to dig a bigger hole. So I said I'm going to take a smaller trade size. I'm going to just take starters and see where it goes. And it ended up working out really well. I mean, I went up from $40 in the hole up to $8. So, I had a 50-point swing, $50 swing today, literally. And it ended up working out okay. Now, in the end, this $8 probably will still be a red day after you figure out the fees for the line transfers for the trades. There's still going to be a small fee in there. There's no commissions, but there's still going to be a small commission or line transfer fee in there. So that would still be there. So my thoughts on trading during the different times of the day, I would say, do what works for you. In your situation, do what works for you. It's not any personal advice or anything like that, but you just got to do what you got to do. Get in a simulator and just take trades and figure out what does work for you. I find that if the setup is there, I want to take it. If the market is hot and things are really moving, and I'm looking to make up a little bit of lost ground, maybe it might be okay. I just don't want to take risky trades. Like if I see that this trade is like way below VWAP, it's below the 200 moving average, and there's really not giving any opportunities, and I see it moving a little bit, no, I don't want to take that trade. I was still trading on top yet. I was still trading on the front side of the move when I was on this particular trade at the end of the day here. So I was definitely in the right spot. So when I was on MGOL today. So I think honestly I made the right call, but you've got to take time to look at those trades, and you've got to make sure that they're your right setups. This was definitely still in the right positions. It was just trading later in the day during power hour, and I felt like this was giving me a few opportunities to make up a little bit of lost ground for the day. So that is my trades for the day. So I took 7 trades. It was a total of 900 shares, gave me $8.10, bringing me to $1,173.29. So approaching that $1,200 mark, trying to get it past that and break way past that. But I'm also overall, I'm trying to get some bigger trades going. You know, one thing that's been a downside to this is brought my profit ratio down to 1.44 to 1 now. So I'm trying to boost that up. But good things overall. $45 profit last week, $45 profit this week. So this week, a total of $90 profit for the month, which is great for my monthly P&L. Can't complain there. So two green weeks right in a row. That's always nice. Haven't had that in a while. So things are going in the right direction, but we need to get some bigger green days, not just these little $8 days, and focus on just minimizing the trades. I can trade more, but I know that's not working out because when I go to a cash account, I'm not going to be able to just make that many trades. And I'm also going to write in on how many trades I'm taking here. I want to keep that average, just see what I'm doing, where I'm going with that. So I kind of keep that in perspective as well. So overall, my success rate is over 70% at 71.43%. So we're doing good there. I think we're in a good position. I think the month of March is starting to work for me. It's starting to get better. It's a cooler month. And I think if you can learn to trade on a cooler month and make a profitable month out of that, I mean, you're doing something right. So when the market does heat up, we're going to start seeing some things. So I think we're in a good position. I think we're seeing some good things happen here. I think we're going to keep this momentum going and keep green days coming and keep those red days to a minimum and keep trading. So if you like to follow along, you can subscribe to the channel and follow me as I learn to trade. See you in the next video.